back in Minnesota, back in Pachyderm, where we've made 2 records now. And Brent Sigmuth is recording it and engineering it and mixing it. We like to keep it in the family here.
Try to capture the way we play every night in the studio. And that's how they used to make all the great jazz records. So
This is all music that we've played a lot of too, although we're going to try to throw in a couple things we've never played before. The way we're setting up the studio and everything is really geared towards having a natural environment, not so much a studio environment. We should be able to go into that studio and just knock them off.
yeah, I think so too.
All first takes.
I've heard about these things. It's a wild Iverson.
Here I am.
Did you try and catch that yet? Did you try and catch it? Let's make our 3rd record here at Pachyderm. We've got a whole new story to tell.
I've got one that sounds like Hill Street Blues. No, I don't. I was just going to play Hill Street Blues and we'd get sued. Yeah, we'd have to pay the Hill Street Blues. If I sat down and just played Hill Street Blues. I've got one that's a little bit like Hill Street Blues. It goes like this. And then I go to B flat. And then I go. You know what I mean? You guys cool?
What about
just
this
we
part?
can improvise. Oh yeah, I taught you this already. I taught you this already. Okay. Yeah, I taught you that. Yeah, that's cool. In fact, put that at the end of my part.
I get half the composition credit.
Did you hear the birds?
The door, to see us might have been through, a cover of rock music or whatever, but we've always been predominantly an original band, and we've always featured all the 3 of us as composers, and we feel like this record is kind of a showcase of just all of our original concepts. Felt like it'd be really fun to just celebrate our 10 years with a really straight up record that focuses on composition and focuses on the natural wood tones of those instruments.
Maybe we should try to wire up Hickman tonight.
That'd be great. Hickman Nighttime.
Although it's so out of tune.
I'm kind of into it, man.
It's deep.
I mean, it's cool, but it's really going to be rough for me to play
Saloon.
with that.
Oh.
Well, but that's I think.
Saloon.
The notes are out of tune, but that's what we want. But this was a little too out of tune. Like it was more like down in there for one note. So I'm just trying to make it a little.
going to sound like this, like three people who have played together for 10 years, who have done probably 1,000 gigs at this point. The important thing is that it's the sound of three energies coming together and, you know, making music that's its own thing. You know, you can't get this anywhere else. I mean, it happens when the three of us play.
Mature, I don't know, but at least sticking it out for 10 years, because in jazz anyway, it's still so rare to have a committed band that will just stick it out and do it. No leader, a collective. What I felt about All It Takes listening back is that it just sounds like us right away, and that feels like some real freedom. It's like we know it's going to sound like the Bad Bless, no whatever we record, you know. So that's really a relief in a certain way.
For better or worse,
Exactly.
it's like this is all we got.
Yeah.
I think as we're as mature as we want to be.
Right. I just don't want to be too mature. That's
I know
basically.
You don't want to be too mature.
Think about how mature we are.
Yeah, but we are mature, but we don't want to be like we're mature. You know what I mean? We want to be like we're mature.
A lot of times artists, they get sort of full of themselves and think they know the answers, and it's like it becomes very boring.
But I think it's really important that we make sure we kind of steer people into thinking that since we're so much older, that somehow, even though we're really the same, we've changed.